Yeah.
Right, speaking of families, Stacey, the brand new series of DNA Family Secrets is out. And for those who didn't catch the first series, let's take a quick look.
Many of us have questions about who we really are.
I'm desperate to know.
Now, amazing advances in DNA technology mean those questions can be answered for the very first time.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
It was really clear.
Really?
But are we ready for the truth?
Oh my God.
No, I love it.
Oh.
Yeah, it looks like a really emotional kind of watch, Stacey. What is it you think that people kind of are looking for when they come to the show?
It can feel super emotional because I understand like the magnitude of it all, you know what I mean? They're coming to us and essentially saying, can you tell me about who I am? Talk me through my DNA. And it might be, am I more susceptible to certain conditions?
Yeah.
What's my ethnicity? Who's my father? So enormous questions that will change their life. So the idea that they sort of trust us to deal with that responsibly, we don't take for granted. But I love it. It's like my grown-up series. I feel really proud of it.
Oh, I mean, it is a huge responsibility, and you have got some brilliant stories again this series. Here's the moment from the new series when Stacey meets 79-year-old Jackie, who wanted to find out what part his real parents played in World War II.
You were in a concentration camp when you were a kid,
From 9 months old.
a baby.
I'm not English. And these are my parents. And I came from a concentration camp.
Now, there's a lot of information there, isn't there? So you're looking at the picture and he says, they are not my parents, I'm not English. What can you tell us about Jackie then without giving the game away?
Okay, first of all, everybody is going to fall madly in love with Jackie. He is such a sweetheart. He's like such an old school gent. He's Jewish, and yeah, his folks, it became apparent that they weren't his biological parents, but they weren't massively forthcoming, and I think it's because he'd had such a tricky time. He was a survivor of the Holocaust. I mean, he is just so impressive, and yeah, we're able to hand over some information that he's never been privy to, and he's going to be 80.
Wow.
I love Jackie.
Yeah.
It's lovely that he's getting that sort of
Information,
closure now, though.
Completely. I think ultimately everybody deserves to know where they're from. You know,
Yeah,
if they want to
and who they
know,
are.
we deserve to know who we
Yeah.
are.
Well, you do get to have a bit of a reunion, don't you, actually,
Yes.
with a Strictly family member, Tommy Blaze. He's one of the singers on the show. He turns up, I think, to help in episode 2, was it? What is it that he was in search of?
So Tommy, I've known Tommy years. I met him in 2018, and he's obviously a Scouser. My family are all from Liverpool, so we had that immediate sort of connection. And he'd seen the first series, actually, and then he texted me and said, oh, Stacey, you know, I never do this, but is there any chance we could have a chat about my mum? And his mum is like the classiest woman in Liverpool. She's just immaculate, blow dry, you know, the whole shebang. And again, a massive question about her father, and we're able to hand over. I mean, what we found with regards to their family is astonishing. And it was nice to be able to work with my pal, you know, because...
Of course.
Yeah.
Nice that it felt safe enough to come to you as well and kind of take that journey with you as well.
Yeah.
He's just, I really love Tommy. I've got such a soft spot for him.
DNA Family Secrets is a brilliant series. It's on next Wednesday, 9 o'clock, BBC 2.